All right, Myles, I know you got banged up a little bit in that TCU game, and I know you've been working to get back, especially considering who the opponent was this past week. How excited were you to finally, get back on the field?
It's good being back out there with the team, going back out there and playing. I mean, that's what I love to do is play football, so I could care less who the team was. I just wanted to get back out there and play, so it felt good being out there with the guys, being able to put my pads on, not just be a towel waver. So, yeah, it felt good.
How are you feeling right now with that knee? Are you almost 100%? Are you working there?
Feel good. Feel good, ready to play for next week, so that's all I can ask for.
Myles, obviously, it's disappointing to be in the middle of this 3-game losing streak. What do you guys as players have to do to avoid having this locker room break apart or to lose guys and who maybe lose interest in going forward?
Well, at the beginning of the season, you guys were asking about how we're going to come together and how our chemistry was going to work. I feel like we're at a strong spot right now, and all you have to do is just band together and just worry about don't block out block out everything else on the outside. Just worry about us and get a win. Really, play a cleaner football game, and hopefully we'll get a win.
Myles, I'm taking a look at the film of Iowa State. What are some things you feel like they do well, or some things that you guys have to do well in order to be successful heading out there this week?
We just got to play our game, man. I mean, obviously it helps playing last week. Cincinnati's defense is kind of similar to Iowa State, so we just got to play our game, do what we do best. So yeah, that's it.
What is it that you feel like you guys do best?
I feel like we run the ball pretty good. I mean, it's not a secret. Yeah, that's it. Run the ball.
A lot of drives this season are ending in the red zone and stalling out with field goals. What has been the talk from coaches about punching it in for, getting a touchdown in the red zone?
I guess you could say it just comes down to execution. It's not really. People try to point out oh, there's play calling, there's scheme. It's just executing. We haven't really been doing that, I guess you could say. Obviously not. We haven't been getting touchdowns, so just execute better in the red zone, and we'll end it with 6.
Last game, UCF saw a 2-quarterback game plan. What did you see from both EJ and Jacob Brown?
They played good. I really don't pay attention to that. I play running back, so regardless of who's in the game, I still have to go play, so I could care less, to be honest. But they played good, Gave us a spark that we were looking for.
Yeah, on the note of the spark, what do you feel like from an energy standpoint throughout the week, knowing that there was something different that was going to be playing quarterback? Did it give you guys some sort of sense of urgency, or what was kind of the emotion that you guys felt going into the day?
No, we just went through it like a regular week. What else can you do but just practice hard, Obviously, there's some stuff that's different with a different type of quarterback. All 3 of them do something different very well. So, that was really the only difference. I really didn't notice, so.
Iowa State has a top 5 passing defense in terms of yards allowed. How successful is the running game going to have to be going into a tough conference matchup?
I just feel like the passing game and the running game have to be equally as successful. You want to be balanced. You don't want to be a one-trick pony, because they're just going to take one away, and they know what's going to happen next. So I feel like both have to be equally as successful for us to win any game, really.
Obviously, Johnny had a rough game last game. You guys are all very close in the running back room. What are you guys saying to him to make sure he stays engaged and obviously has had a lot of success here in the past? To keep
mistakes happen, fumbles happen, right? So it's not beating him down is not gonna help anyone. So just let him know, man. Hey, we got your back. You're Johnny Richardson, man. Don't let this get down on you. So that's really what we're telling him on the sideline.
I know RJ talked a lot about playing in a brace versus playing outside of a brace is a lot different. How have you adjusted to that?
I've adjusted really well. When I was first putting it on, I felt like my leg was heavier. So, but I've adjusted really well. I've gotten to the point now where I don't even feel it. So.
Myles, you said earlier it takes execution to get more touchdowns and more points on the board. What does that look like on the field, and how would you describe that execution could look?
Just every man doing their job to the best of their ability. There's nothing more to it. It's not a crazy mathematical equation to execution. So, just everyone doing their job best of their ability, and we'll get the job done.
I know the game is in the past, but what were the emotions facing your old team last week? Was it weird, funny? Did you connect with teammates afterward? What was that experience like for you coming from Cincinnati?
I connected with the teammates and coaches from last year. Obviously, it's kind of crazy, this day and age we're in college football. Playing your old team is always going to be weird. You've grown up with those guys, from coming in 17, 18 years old all the way up to 21. So they was like my brothers. But yeah, it felt good to compete against those guys. Obviously, I'd want a different outcome, but it's good to see them again.
What's the challenge of going on the road? And how excited are you guys to have an opportunity to play against a top 10 team, to maybe prove yourself on their field? What do you guys need to do, I guess, to be able to take advantage of that situation?
Like I said earlier, execution. But I mean, moreover, I mean, it's a great opportunity to get right back on track. I mean, what better opportunity would it be just to play on TV against a nationally ranked opponent, right? So I feel like if when we get this win, it'll be good for our, I guess you could say, morale, I guess you could say. So I can't wait.
Myles, you mentioned that this team, one of the great things about this team is being able to run the ball. But it seems like the past couple of weeks, the teams have been expecting to run, have been going to the box, have been playing it. What challenges does that propose to you as a running back?
I mean, with every football team that's good at running the ball, I mean, no matter if your passing game is on or off, I guess you could say, the boxes are always going to be loaded. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. But again, it comes down to execution, everyone just doing their job to the best of their ability.
For you, what does losing do for you? Does it motivate you? How does it feel?
Obviously, losing is not fun. No one wants to lose in anything they do, right? Being a competitor, I want to win every game, but I mean, I guess it just adds more fuel to the fire. You want to prove everyone wrong about whatever is going on out there. You want to get back in the win column. You want to feel good about yourself, right? Not saying I don't feel good about myself, but I mean, you get the extra like I'm the man whenever you win a game, right? So that's what you want to get back to the feeling.
You guys at Cincinnati played Iowa State last year. I know it was at home it was at Cincinnati, so you haven't experienced what Ames is like. But what do you remember about that team? I know teams change year to year, but what stood out to you last year about playing those guys, and what stands out this year from your film review?
They're a well-coached team. Great. I think the game ended 20-10 or something, 30-10 or something like that. Right. I mean, it's a good team. So, but from a scheme, I can't really tell you because obviously last year's an outside zone scheme, and this is more of a totally different offense this year. So I couldn't tell you what I'm going to expect right until we watch the film. But great defense, well coached.
Anything else for Myles? Perfect. Good stuff, Myles. Appreciate it.